Hi guys! So you guys voted that you wanted to talk about intentional wardrobes and how to stop wanting more. This is such a good topic. And I'm going to talk a lot about both intentional wardrobes and how to stop wanting more and the low buy year because I feel like those intermingle really well. I'm going to talk a lot about both of those on Instagram this week. So hopefully something that I share you guys will find value in. I do this in every aspect of my life. It's not just my closet that I'm intentional with. I'm intentional with what we bring into our home completely. So when I say intentional wardrobe, you can, adapt for your wardrobe, but you can also adapt it to other areas of life. An intentional wardrobe is a wardrobe that's curated with intention. When I'm about to make a purchase, some of the things I think about are material content. I look at the shape and the fit of the item. I look at the color. Will the color work with my other items in my wardrobe? Is this a color that I like on me? Is this a color that makes me feel good? Is this item my style? Or is it a trend? Is it similar to something that I already own? How does it pair with everything else in your wardrobe? Sometimes the color can be right, but it still won't pair well. Does it work with your lifestyle? This is a huge thing that, again, I think a lot of people don't think about. When you see these capsule wardrobe bloggers, they're always like, you need, a capsule wardrobe needs to be these classic pieces and blah, blah, blah. Well, that's just not my style. It doesn't work with my life. I'm a homeschool mom. I'm home most of the time with my kids. Even when I do go to work, it's at a very casual office. I just don't need blazers. I don't need white button-ups, which I do actually have one, and I do find it to be very versatile in my wardrobe. But knowing that your purchase is going to work in your wardrobe and it is going to work in your life and your lifestyle and your day-to-day is so important. Can you rewear it is a great question to ask yourself. It's not just can you, but will you? An intentional purchase is a purchase that you can rewear over and over and over again. And not just that you can, that you want to rewear over and over again. I like to ask myself if I'm able to find this secondhand. If you're going to support fast fashion, try to find it secondhand. And how to stop wanting more. This is a great question. I've been on Instagram since the end of February of 2022, and I have gotten this question countless times, and I've put off answering it because I didn't feel like I was qualified to answer this question because I didn't think I was there. But I can honestly say over the past few months and year, I did a low buy year in 2022, and I learned so much. And I definitely suggest doing one. In my low buy year, one of the things that I had to deal with was seeing items on other people and going, gosh, I really love that. I want that. And finding myself window shopping or browsing the website and thinking like, how can I do this? How can I tweak my rules to make this work? But you're just cheating yourself. Through my low buy year, I definitely feel more qualified to answer this question. I'm confident that I can answer it now. And one of the biggest things for me was a mind frame shift. When you purchase items with intentionality and your intention is the focus of the purchase, you end up cutting out items that are impulse buys. With impulse buys, the items often are not perfect. They're not intentionally purchased. So it's not something that'll work in your wardrobe. It's not a fit that you like on your body. It's not a material that you like. You felt like you had the fear of missing out and you had to go purchase it real fast. When you purchase intentionally, you rule out those impulse buys. When you rule out those impulse buys and you focus on having every purchase be intentional, your wardrobe becomes something you love, something you enjoy. When we have these impulse buys, they're regrets. I mean, I'm sure that you've had an impulse buy that was a regret. I know I have. When you intentionally shop and that is your focus, you end up with a wardrobe that you love. When you end up with a wardrobe that you love, you realize that you already have what you need. You don't need to keep shopping to fill any of those gaps. You have a mind frame shift. And I don't know how else to explain it, but it's like you just find contentment because you have everything that you need. I try to look at my wardrobe as if it's like almost like a functioning thing that gives every piece of your wardrobe the function. It makes them work. With versatility in a wardrobe and having the right versatility for you, you can make that wardrobe work so much harder. And that's a part of intentionality, having this little checklist that you check off to make sure that you're purchasing intentionally is going to help you create that versatility. It's going to help you stop wanting more and find contentment with what you have. Delay purchases. You think that you're making an impulse purchase? Delay the purchase. If you're just not sure, it's something that maybe you have a gap and you're not sure that it's perfect, but you have that gap and you're starting to feel that fear of missing out. Delay the purchase. Close the browser, walk away from the store. It's not going to go anywhere. And you can probably always find it secondhand anyways. So just delay the purchase and in a couple days, reevaluate. Oftentimes you'll probably just forget about it. Creating a budget, and not just creating a budget, but creating a budget with goals. Having that goal is a motivator. I find that I was oftentimes browsing when I'm bored, and something that really helps me to not browse when I'm bored is finding something else to do. Playing a game with my kids, or crocheting, picking up a book, going outside, even for a walk by yourself. Anything like that is a great thing to do instead of browsing. With intentionality, when you have those gaps filled, you have everything you need, and when you stop shopping as much, you get bored and then you browse. So you gotta end that cycle by finding something else to take up your time. Remove temptations, unsubscribe to emails, ignoring trends. Those trends are gonna die, and when those trends die, you're gonna be left with an empty wallet and a ton of desires and wants and things you think you need because you gotta chase that next trend. I hear a lot of people say, I want to do this, I want to be more intentional, I want to find that contentment, but then when it comes down to it, they don't do anything to try. And I think the number one thing you can do is just jump, just go for it. Try living with less. Intentionality is not something that just sticks in one area. Intentionality is something that seeps into every aspect of your life, and when it does, you're going to find contentment throughout all of those areas. It just seeps. Everything is going to become more intentional, and the whole process is just going to unfold in front of you, and it's going to be beautiful. I think that's all I have. Hopefully that helped. Follow me on Instagram from Soil to Sawdust, and subscribe and tell me, the thumbs up so I know that you guys like this. I'm hoping I can give you guys the armor to move forward with your intentionality goals and to find that contentment and be happy with what you have. Okay, I'm done rambling. Thanks for being here, guys. Each week I do a poll and you guys tell me what you want to see next. So we're gonna do that again. So find me on Instagram. All right, see you guys later.